fresh off the delivery truck. Like I said, I jump on this stuff right when it lands. Brand new 2442 BS, a small Rockwood fifth wheel. Finally, someone is getting back to building nice, smaller fifth wheels. Thank you, Rockwood. Now, naturally, the main focus on something like this is for someone who wants a really nice RV. They just don't want one of these big 35-foot monster class fifth wheels. That's exactly where this one comes in. And the towability of this one, per the actual delivery driver who dropped it in, she came over to find me. You've actually seen her in a couple of our videos before. Her name's Tammy. She goes, Josh, I cannot tell you how nicely that Rockwood handles on the way here. It didn't buck, it didn't wiggle, it did exactly what it's supposed to do back there. And I think a lot of that is due to that extra suspension system that Rockwood puts even on their fifth wheels, just like their smaller trailers. This is a very cool layout. It gives us a nice living space and a great bedroom without being, again, a giant fifth wheel. And as always, if what you're looking for is something more, I kind of call it like Rockwood is retirement grade. If you're looking for that last RV you ever want to own, Rockwood is by default, I think, always one of those brands that should potentially be on your list. Now here's the thing. This one is great, but you have to kind of let go a little bit of everything you thought you knew about fifth wheels. Rockwood has really, for such an older established company, really done an amazing job of kind of rethinking some things and going outside the lines a little bit, but largely based on consumer information. So what you're going to see here is going to be, we could almost say a little wacky. It's going to be different. And I would really, if you love it, if you hate it, I don't care. Leave me some comments and let me know what you think about this RV and what they've done here. Did they do it right? Did they do a good job? Or are they just crazy? Or is it crazy awesome? So here's what I mean by all that. First of all, we have this decked out today in the Newport Ash lighter wood tones and the stone fabric. It is a smaller living room, so I wanted this to be lighter, brighter, open, and airy. And those big windows that you're going to find around this RV, they help significantly. But if you're noticing, it is just a sofa slide. Like over here, this would effectively be our dining arrangement. And Rockwood, they're doing this on several models. They went all in on it. And I think it works. I don't think it works for everybody. I totally respect someone's like, no. I need a dinette. I don't care what you're saying, dude. No problem. In the meantime, though, for an individual traveler, for a retiring mobile couple, folks, the storage in here, it's the mama bear. It is just right. Now you've got the roll down night shades here for privacy in that slide out. And over here what we're seeing, and understand there are a few other seating options if you want to hide a bed, so you can alleviate, I don't mean this in a derogatory fashion, but like grandparent guilt or guest guilt, we'll say. You can get that. But I think you're going to like this one here most of the time. Because I think most of the time, for the people who are going to generally target this one, I think these wall-hugging cinema seats right here are going to be very popular. You notice how we have that fold-down armrest console, cup holders, household, and USB plugs. But look at the devil in the details. The little handy remote control storage over here. I wanted this on the couch in my house. When we got the maker of that sofa just didn't offer anything like that. And I wanted to be able to keep my remotes up out of the way. I didn't want them just scattered all over the coffee table all the time or like falling in between the couch cushions. That is so detailed and so awesome. I'm jealous. I'm jealous of what Rockwood's doing in camper furniture versus my house. That says something, I think. And even in, I don't know, sofa mode, love seat mode, it still looks good. But the kitchen, this is, little RVs very often suffer from an extreme shortage of good storage space. And this one does not have that problem. First of all, that is a larger microwave than you almost always find in anything this size. It's not the size of a big, like, Montana convection oven, but it's pretty close. You can actually put a full-size dinner plate in there so you can reheat some of them leftovers. Just make sure you shut the microwave off 2 seconds before the timer goes off so you don't wake up half of China with it going beep, 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 and, you know, then your partner knows you stole the leftovers overnight. Not like they wouldn't find out, but you get the idea. All the cabinetry in here, hidden hinges, pocket screws, and if you note, these are raised panel hardwood door inserts. Rockwood just gives us a very shaker style, like very in tune with what's happening in household construction right now sort of look about it. Now, big pantry all the way down the side there, bonus drawer below, and you might be noticing this has the optional 12-volt DC compressor fridge in here. This would normally have an 8 cubic foot two-way fridge. We have built this one here with that larger 12-volt DC fridge because, again, for traveling, that is 100% travel safe and going to be fully powered always. Now, over here, all the way under that kitchen counter, you've got storage space, wastebasket space, whatever you want to call it. It has it, and it has it in spades. What does that mean, by the way? Has it in spades? Like, I know what it means, but why does it mean that? I don't know. Now, what you haven't seen so far other than just under the fridge are good drawer space, but you got it. You got serious drawer space all right here, wrapped up in the kitchen. It's travel accessible. We'll see it in travel mode in just a few minutes, actually, if you hang with us. But we're still not done here. I want to go up past that larger 22-inch oven, by the way. An oven you can actually use if you're a campsite cook. Kitchen breeze windows. These are frameless windows, so they will tilt open egress style for airflow, even on a rainy day. Stainless sink inset here, and you can actually just belly right up to the bar and get to it. Appliance corner over there, and just all sorts of counter space. Now, I think this level change right here is something you're going to love or hate. And let me know which one are you. Are you love it or hate it? Love it or leave it? You know, what is your pick there? But I also want to get a look at those easy reach outlets there in case, like, if you're a work camper and you want to use this as your desk space, you can. And, you know, some people... I tripped over my own feet. Some people, they're going to be like, yeah, I'm not all about the kitchen bar thing. No sweat. We'll find you something with a more traditional seating dining arrangement. But for everybody else, I think that's a really smart way to go. And the TV is not going to be obstructed if somebody is there, unless they're super duper Andre the Giant tall. And you, like, when you're sitting in this theater seat where I'm at right now, you are just on Boardwalk and Park Place. This is awesome. Now, for keeping an eye on your campsite, you got windows over here in the kitchen. From the theater seat, I can kind of peek out the door a little bit. I can get a little idea what's going on out there. And if I look straight above us, we have ourselves ceiling vent fan, the Coleman Quieter air conditioner system right here. That's going to be a standard 15,000 BTU on one of these, by the way. Wait, if it's not standard, I don't know. We always add it that way. So from Haylett RV, that's going to be a 15,000 BTU air conditioner. Now, if I get up here and try not to fall down again, we have ourselves almost like a little entry bureau, little handy bar right there. A couple of little more outlets for some appliances or phone charging station. And you see, every little space they utilize for storage potential. Now, something else I realized I didn't overtly show you, but I want to take just a quick second here, is, in fact, both armrests do flip open for storage. I realized I only did the one there. Now, in the hallway, heading up to the bathroom, you'll find that's where, if it does have the solar package, that's where the charge controller would be, or at least the charge controller prep. And if you want to, you can control some of this stuff on your RV remotely from your phone, but you don't have to, because Rockwood is still just giving us a physical switch panel. If you just, I'm right by the door, by the way. If you just want to walk in, click the button, walk out, you can do that. Or you can sync everything to your phone if you're so inclined. And for mobile data access, the Wi-Fi Ranger system right here, basically, this RV has effectively a router that kind of is built into the camper, and it wires up through the TV antenna in case you feel like upgrading to like an LTE system. So once again, if you are going to use that over there as like a mobile desk space, this RV is basically very easily able to be upfitted to accommodate a mobile working lifestyle. Ooh, travel nurses. This would be a good fit for you. Now the bathroom here, this has the same upper deck basically as like a big giant fifth wheel. What they really did is they just made it a smaller but really smart, effective lower deck. You got that rain censoring vent fan right there. And you see that we've got extra little bonus linen storage above the toilet, but not where you're going to clock your head on it. Plus a very traditional big linen cabinet or toiletries cabinet right next to the shower. And as always, Rockwood doing Rockwood things, including like the simplest detail like doors and shelves right here. I've seen a lot of manufacturers try to not put shelves in that linen cabinet and just put doors on it. And I've seen some who put shelves in it, but no doors on it. I think 9 out of 10 people are going to agree they prefer what Rockwood is doing here. Now, something I prefer, this is a smaller fifth wheel, But I tell you what, it is pretty good at like being big dude friendly. I can fit in this thing nicely. That porcelain stool has plenty of legroom there. Now that shower right there you see has a corner seat. Similarly to the toilet, I can fit in there very comfortably. And the upper deck height in here, plus the fact that this is a vaulted ceiling, means I can stand in that shower all day and be very comfortable doing so. Now here in the shower we have a couple handy little things like that little kind of like, you know, soap caddy, because these corner shelves ain't even good for shower bears. And all Rockwoods use the shower miser system here. That's gaining a lot of popularity. If you're going to be off-grid, that will really help you conserve a lot of water. And once again, just to show you the amount of legroom and foot space in here, plenty of room. And if you're just getting out of the shower, this is what you're going to see. Notice that remote control for the big XL vent fan there. And as we work our way down, you see a big adult-sized sink. Nice stainless sink in here. I actually had someone the other day say they don't prefer stainless in the bathroom. It made them feel like a hospital. And I never thought of that before. Like, I see what you're saying. I know that I prefer it. And I'd be very curious, what do the other viewers here think? Now, just another look at all the space in here from just another direction. And again, I like that little bonus mini linen cabinet up there because I think that'd be a neat spot for some, like, you know, your personal toiletries, your extra body washes and stuff, separate from all your linen space. And when you wake up in the morning, this is what you're going to have a good look at here. Although hopefully you're looking at some beautiful scenery and not the cold camping weather that we have outside those windows here at Haylett RV right now. Hopefully you can get to someplace a little bit nicer. If you want to add a TV, I mean, you're just staring straight at it. And the big, like I said, the double windows. This has the same, like, big bedroom as a big giant luxury fifth wheel. It's just wrapped up into a smaller package, you know? I love everything they're doing here. I get what they're doing. It speaks to me. It makes sense. Now, the one that we're looking at here today, these are 50 amp service, but that is second air ready. We might have one in stock with a second air conditioner. We might not. A smaller rig like this, I don't know that you're going to need it. Rockwoods tend to do very well in the summertime. And here's an easy way for you to think about that. So forget we're in a camper for a minute. Imagine you've got a scalding hot cup of coffee. You just pour it, and it's in one of those really thin styrofoam cups. You can barely feel the heat on your hand, right? And that's a tiny, very thin cup. Now imagine you got like a 3.5 inch coffee cup above your head right here. That's what's keeping the sunshine out of this thing. That's what's keeping the cold air in here. If you go out on the boat all day, you get one of those classic old cheap styrofoam beer coolers or whatever. It gets the job done very well. You just have a much, much thicker one here. Rockwoods are going to be, they're very comfortable in those hotter climates. Hope you appreciate the extra look, like in all the storage under the bed and the closets like that. It's, you know, we always want to make sure that you are fully educated and well prepared to know what you're getting in an RV here at Haylett RV. That, by the way, is a 60 by 80 queen bed, and I really wanted to leave a queen in this because you see those side stands with the outlets built right into the bed slide. That is going to be far more CPAP friendly than a lot of things. Now, those stands are certainly a little thin. If you're going to be a CPAP user, you might want to get like a little strap to hold that in place. But even for just a phone shelf, having outlets dead in the bed slide like that, a lot of brands just don't do it, you know? And a quick look here with the slides closed in travel mode reveals that if you do need to make an overnight stop and rest your weary bones, you can still get in here and utilize that queen bed, especially since the hallway door where I'm standing opens toward the hallway. So, you know, you're never going to be blocked from getting in there. Now, quick note here in the bathroom. Obviously, you can get in here. You can do your business. Make sure you slide that door to the left and lock it in place so it doesn't go banging around in transit. Now, down here in the lower deck, with the slide closed, one of the things that is immediately apparent, and I know a lot of people are looking for, is refrigerator access. And you're going to lose it. This floor plan, to try to mash all this stuff together with the slide closed, you're just not going to be able to do it. Short of that, though, if you need to stop, grab a quick sandwich. If you brought a little cooler with you right there, you got a little look at our quality control guy peeking through that full viewing window right there. But you strap those chairs down for transit. You could sit down and have a little bite to eat out of your cooler or whatever. You know, maybe that option doesn't work for everybody, and that's why we carry all these different RVs for you at Haylett's. If you appreciate the extra effort that we go through here, make sure you click that subscribe button and let us know that we're doing the right job for you. And I don't know how else to say it other than this. The camera simply does not do this one justice, especially the exterior. The weather that we're having, the overcast day today, this is a far better looking fifth wheel than it really appears on screen. So if it's something you're curious about, really, you owe it to yourself to come check this one out in person, because she is just a sharp rig, especially with the optional white and graphite exterior kind of color palette that we have here. Not only does it look just really sharp, as you know, I already mentioned, I said sharp. Let's say sharp about 4 more times, Josh. Yeah, let's do that. Anyway, you get the idea. It looks good. That's what I'm saying. But it'll also be a little cooler in the sunshine. Now you see that awning, man. It goes all the way from the rear wall right up to the gooseneck section right there, encompassing one of the 2 big bedroom windows. I love that. That is such a beautiful bedroom for such a small coach, isn't it? Now back here, our outside entertainment, we've got a spot here if you want to add a TV, you can. You got your exterior griddle, yes, exterior indeed. Exterior griddle station with a little side mount prep table there. And this floor plan specifically, it literally would not be possible to properly engineer this without those MORryde stable steps right there. Because if you notice, they overlap directly with the wheels. And you'd have to move the axles so far that this floor plan would tow so poorly. And remember, when this video began, the delivery driver herself was just ranting and raving about how great this one towed. That's actually something I have in common with this RV. Kind of like, you know, my wife tells me to do something, I go where I'm towed. Now it's a smaller coach, but obviously we have the 0G stable steps, and we can get those out of the way to get an awesome look at something that is very special, and it's the reason this is one of the better traveling kind of coaches. And that is not just those amazing Goodyear Endurance radials like the Jaycos that we see here at Haylett RV, but if we look between them, what you don't see is a leaf spring system. There's nothing joining those wheels together. It is basically like a 4-wheel independent system. Technically not, but pretty much that way. It is not just torsion axles, which like everything has. It is also a torsion suspension system. And if you don't know what that is, get on like Rockwood Facebook groups and ask people how do they like how their Rockwoods tow. Big or small, one thing people constantly say is just how nicely they track behind the vehicle. And that is what that suspension system does. The execution of this belly on a small fifth wheel, that is some beautiful, not just capacity, but just fit, finish, polish. Nothing is raw. Nothing is, left unattended. Every square inch of this has had attention paid to it. Now, over here in the corner, couple things. You've got a like kitchen water, drinking water filter system there. You don't have to use it, but you can if you want. And then you see the big silver box next to that other pass-through compartment door. That is the 1,000 watt inverter that comes packaged with the fridge and 190 watt roof solar package. So on these Rockwoods, they come roof solar prep standard, and this would normally have an 8 cubic foot 2-way RV fridge. You can get a 190 watt roof solar panel and the 1,000 watt inverter separately. And if you get the 12 volt fridge that we saw inside, it automatically comes with that solar and inverter package. Pretty cool stuff. Painted nose cap up here, looking phenomenal. Now, these are going to be pretty good for short bed pickups as well, for a couple reasons. It has that kind of curve away nose cap that you find on a lot of fifth wheels, but also that turning point hitch. As far as I know, Rockwood has been doing this standard longer than anybody else I've seen. What that's going to do, now it doesn't have to do this, it just has the ability to. You can basically activate it, for lack of a better phrase, where it can turn as your vehicle moves to give you that extra nose cap clearance when you're making those sharp corners, because it only takes one time for the nose cap of that RV and the cab of your windshield, or cab of your vehicle rather, to connect. And it doesn't matter who wins that shoving match, you lost. The slide awnings are an optional piece of equipment we love to add here at Haylett RV because, frankly, they're nice. The extra upkeep and protection, and keeping the sun off the top of the slides helps keep the camper a little cooler in the sunshine. But just the fact that, here's another thing, there's no dealer who can install those at the price Rockwood does. I don't even understand how Rockwood does it. They just, the volume that they have when they're putting those things together must allow for it. And at a glance, like on the other side of the RV, you didn't see like an enclosed docking station. It's simple. It's just kind of there. But what else do you need, really? It gets the job done. Something else that's nice here, we have this one dressed up with a full automatic leveling system, so you just push the button and it's going to do all the work for you. The underbelly of this, it is enclosed, and these Rockwood Ultralites come standard with thermostatic 12-volt tank heaters. Nice thing about that being 12 volt is if you need to, you can use them in transit. Now, it's driving me nuts. You can barely see that solar panel peeking at you up there on the roof, but with the weather, I'm just not going to be able to get up there, and I'm not going to call in a drone strike to get some roof footage of this thing. Maybe I'll tape a camera to a broomstick and wave it around up there one day. That sounds a little bit more my guerrilla style and speed over here. One more quick note. The receiver hitch on the back, that is a nice standard thing back here. Gives us a great place if you want to add things like a bike rack or various accessories, or like a small generator. So if you want to be able to take this thing off grid and really kind of between the solar package and a generator, really utilize this thing to its full extent, even when you're not in the parks. This little one right here, man, national parks, state parks, the smaller parks like that short, stubby nature really offers some great towability. But that bedroom side, the gorgeous living room, it's still so nice for once you get there. So if you appreciate that fresh look at a brand new Rockwood offering here, make sure you click that subscribe button and follow on, because we've got a lot of first looks coming. Right now I've got at the time of this filming, between 400 and 500 campers on active order, and it actually might be a little bit north of the 500 mark. I just know that we've got a lot coming, and there's a lot of really awesome fun stuff. Not to mention a few other Rockwood fifth wheels, so if this one's close but not exactly, we have a few more of these coming for you to look at too. And as always, remember, we don't do hidden dealer fees, but we do everything else. So leave us a few comments and let us know, how do you like this one, or what would you like to see different? Maybe I've got some suggestions, or maybe I can just fill in a couple blanks and a couple questions I didn't get answered for you. And short of that, remember, we don't do hidden dealer fees. We only do everything else. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy haylet camping, everyone. Man, it's cold today. Got the ninja mask out. Josh the RV Ninja. Sounds a lot more complimentary. But I can barely put on my shoes in the morning. Ain't no way I'm doing no ninja backflips and Judy chops.